Ring, I cannot for the life of me figure out why this game was so well received.
Hello everybody, it is I, Matt Charmafly, and today I'm going to be making a different type of video. We're going to be looking at a very small-brained individual who claims that Elden Ring sucks because it's more of the same from the previous games for a full-price game, and it's too similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild. He makes some very bold claims, so let's get right on into the gritty, shall we?
One of the most overrated games to come out in the last year or so is Elden Ring, and I can't really understand why, because based off of what I played, Elden Ring is pretty much Dark Souls 3.5 or 4 if that's where you want to take it.
Well, no shit.
The only thing that Elden Ring really does that separates itself from Dark Souls 3 is the shield parry mechanic, the spear summonings, the horse, and the open world.
Okay, and why would they not reutilize core mechanics that has been working for them ever since Demon Souls? Yeah, they added in new features, and other than those new features, it pretty much feels the same exact as Dark Souls 3. You're not wrong on that. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter because the core mechanics are already great from Dark Souls 3, and adding in those new mechanics that you just stated make the game even better.
Oh yeah, and the stealth mechanic. You take these things away and the shit is just a Dark Souls 3 DLC, which is not a bad thing.
Then why did you make it a point on your Why Elden Ring Sucks video?
Because if you're a huge fan of the Souls series, then you probably don't give a fuck about anything of what I'm saying right now. You're just happy to have another Souls game. But someone like me who frequents the Souls games here and there, I just don't believe in spending $60+ on a game that's damn near similar to the game I've already played.
You serious?
I know this man did not just say that while showing footage of him playing Call of Duty.
But in this case, I went and bought Elden Ring because of the hype that was surrounding it. Also, I'm a fan of the Souls series, so like, why the fuck not, right? Plus, the reviews that were coming in for this game were fucking godly-like, and after playing 5+ hours of Elden Ring, I cannot for the life of me figure out why this game was so well received.
Hear me out, maybe it's because Elden Ring is one of the only games in recent history, to literally not follow the shitty tactics that a lot of big corporations are doing right now with video games. Finished game with a few bugs, but every game has a few bugs at launch. But other than that, all the content's there day one. Everything that you could possibly do, you can do without having to spend money to get it. You can unlock everything in-game and you can earn everything in-game. Probably that's why.
Elden Ring, aka Elden Snooze, aka Elden Z's, aka the Horse Simulator, 95% of the 5+ hours I put into that game was spent running around on my horse farming souls, getting armor and weapons, and just hoping to find some shit to do.
Is collecting souls and collecting armor pieces and weapons not something to do? And bro, what game are you playing? Because when I play Elden Ring, every single 10 seconds there's an enemy to fight, there is something to do, an item to pick up, a piece of gear to get, so what are you on about?
I even checked out some Twitch streams to see if anyone was doing anything interesting with this game, and lo and behold, they were doing the exact same shit as me, running around on a horse hitting shit with the hopes of finding something to do.
Oh my god, that is literally the whole point of a Souls game. You run around, collect souls, whack at shit. It is something to do. That is literally the point of the game.
I literally came across a Twitch streamer who was literally begging to find a dungeon or a cave to raid while they was running around on their horse.
Yeah, and he's probably just like you, an idiot.
The world feels empty a lot of times with no sense of direction, which will give off the impression that the game is boring.
How is it that you claim to have hours and hours on this game, but don't know that the fucking grace sites literally show you where you have to go to beat your next major boss? And to retort your claim that it feels barren and that there's nothing in it, like I said earlier, there is literally enemies like every 10 to 20 seconds as you pass through. What are you talking about?
Which it is a lot of times. I can't tell you how many times I fell asleep on the controller while running around on my horse to only wake up and get game banged by a bunch of random ass enemies.
Damn, son, that sounds like a you problem.
A lot of the areas in this game look the fucking same, and the ones that do look different, they have this dullish tone to them that literally begs the player to fucking yawn.
Did you just say that they all look dull? In a fucking Souls game? The whole aesthetic is to be gritty and wondrous. What are you on about?
Like, this shit is like NyQuil on joysticks. A lot of people like to say that Elden Ring is a perfect mixture of Dark Souls and Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I find to be a huge issue because I think Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the most boring and tedious games ever.
That is one thing I will agree with him on. The fact that Breath of the Wild was kind of boring, but it doesn't take away the fact that you're trying to make two completely different games similar. The only similarities that Breath of the Wild has to Elden Ring is the fact that it's open world, you can ride a horse, and you have inventory slots. Other than that, it is completely different, bud.
Like, that shit is NyQuil on joysticks as well, but to an even greater degree because you can't even walk around with your sword in the rain because you'll get hit by lightning. On top of that, your weapon breaks in 5 fucking swings. Look.
Bro, I thought this is Why Elden Ring Sucks review, not a Why Breath of the Wild Sucks review. Fucking get to your point.
On top of that, your weapon breaks in 5 fucking swings. Look, Zelda Breath of the Wild is easily one of the most overrated games of all time, and I have a separate video on that coming soon.
I can promise you no one cares.
But the point I was trying to make is that it makes sense that people compare Zelda Breath of the Wild to Elden Ring because they both are fucking boring and they suffer from almost the same things. An empty, uninteresting open world.
Millions, and literally, I mean millions, of players would highly disagree with you, especially about you saying that it's a boring and uninteresting world. I don't know about you, but with the amount of people that are playing Elden Ring right now versus the amount of people that are playing Breath of the Wild, yeah, I think you're kind of wrong on that subject, buddy.
Now, personally, I prefer Elden Ring's world over Breath of the Wild's world because at least in Elden Ring, they have some cool shit to look at and fight every now and then. Plus, their world is not as tedious as Breath of the Wild's world, so yeah, that's also a plus as well.
So which one is it? They both suffer the same problems, having an uninteresting and boring open world, or is Elden Ring's better than Breath of the Wild's? You can't have both, my man.
Now, I want to get into these goofy ass reviews because I'm of the mindset that nothing is perfect out there or even damn near perfect. Anything with a 97, 98 or up, or even just a 10 out of 10, look, I'm automatically disqualifying that shit and I'm going to test it out for myself because video game reviewers are the last motherfuckers you want to trust when it comes to video game reviews.
Yeah, this is another thing I'm gonna have to agree with him on. Fuck these reviewers for constantly making shitty games seem like they're 10 out of 10s. But, on this occasion, they're correct.
Shit, not even just them. Motherfuckers on Twitter, YouTube, you can't trust their opinions either because most of them motherfuckers are hype beasts and they just want to fit into a popular trend or some shit.
Well, no shit.
Look at The Last of Us Part 2. Can you really tell me with a straight face that that game was well executed? They gave that shit a 90+ score and it won the game of the fucking year. Like, it can't get more fucking obvious than that.
Yeah, and you would be right. Last of Us 2 did turn out to be shit, but in this case, Elden Ring didn't. You and a very select few people are the only ones that think this game is ass. And you're wrong.
And now you're telling me I'm supposed to take these 97s, 98s, and fucking 10 out of 10 seriously? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Elden Ring launched with mad bugs and glitches, and they're out here giving it 10 out of 10s.
Like I said earlier in the video, every game that is AAA or not comes out at launch with a few bugs. But that doesn't take away the fact that the game is at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10, I agree. No. But it's still up there, man.
A 95 to 100 score is a close to perfect to a perfect game. If your game has a shit ton of bugs and glitches to the point where it ruins the experience of the game, then the game is not a 95 to 100 or even a 10 out of 10. Now, the combat in the game, whenever you do run into an enemy or a boss, is pretty fun, except it can get real repetitive at times whenever you fight against a boss. Like, you'll spend the majority of the fight dodging and rolling from their attacks than actually fighting them.
I would highly disagree with you. There is a fair amount of dodging and attacking. I'd say almost equal amount. And I hate to break it to you, but there's other ways you can go about the boss fights and normal enemies rather than just swinging your sword wildly in their face and then dodging their attacks. You can use ranged weapons from bows to magic to throwing knives and daggers and all that other shit. So, I don't know what you're complaining about.
Which I guess is an issue with all Souls games that I pretty much have. I guess you can call them shits the duck and roll simulator. And I know there's going to be people in the comment section saying, oh, maybe open world games just aren't for you. Which isn't true at all, because I like open world games. I just don't like open world games like Elden Ring and Zelda Breath of the Wild, because their open worlds require the player to have some type of imagination or creativity to have fun with it.
It is confirmed he has no imagination or creativity. That's probably why he made this shit video.
But overall, Elden Ring is an alright game. It's one of those games where if I knew what I was getting myself into ahead of time, then I just would have waited for the shit to be on sale.
The title of your video is Rant, Why Elden Ring Sucks. But in your video, you're saying that it's an alright game. Which one is it? Does it suck or is it an alright game?
But due to the hype and due to me being somewhat of a Souls fan, I gave in to it and I spent the $65. Plus, I mean, $65 really ain't shit to me, but in hindsight, it would have been smarter for me to just wait for the shit to be on sale for like $35 to $40, because, I mean, I don't really think it's worth $65, especially coming from a person who played damn near all the Souls games, especially Dark Souls 3, because I'm pretty much looking at this shit like it's a DLC expansion pack.
You say it feels like a DLC expansion pass, even though it literally has the same, maybe even if more, length than the Souls games in general, and it has a variety of new content to it. I mean, you're basically saying it's like more of the same, which is a bad thing?
But hey, it is what it is. If you never played a Souls game, especially Dark Souls 3, then I recommend that you play this game, because I'm pretty sure you'll be one of those people that say, oh my god, this is the second coming of Breath of the Wild, because that seems to be the sentiment for this game around fucking social media and pretty much everywhere else.
Dude, I can promise you nobody is saying that Elden Ring is the second coming of Breath of the Wild. Nobody. Yeah, so the rest of it, he basically just says that he can't wait for a Bloodborne 2 to come out and how that would blow Elden Ring out of the water. So basically what we have gotten from this so far is Elden Ring sucks, but Elden Ring is also alright. Elden Ring is a Breath of the Wild clone, and Elden Ring is boring because it has atmosphere. Yeah, this guy's not really the smartest. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, hit that subscribe button if you want, you don't have to. But yeah, that would be it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.